I like to help others, and count it as my greatest pleasure in life to see a person free himself of the shadows which darken his days. Writing for a penny a word is ridiculous. If a man really wanted to make $1 million, the best way to do it would be to start his own religion. Both quotes by L. Ron Hubbard, founder of Scientology. Snow wasn't falling when Allister McAndrews and St. Garcia Flores freed the town of Kenway, Nevada from the strange signals that were keeping the residents apart from each other. Even so, it felt like Christmas. Families hugging, warmth in the streets of Kenway, and the clatter of voices all happy to see each other again, even if they forgot they were ever apart. For Saint and Alister, the end of the Kenway saga meant something different for their temporary partnership. With Allister not having any immediate next missions, the two's future looks a little uncertain. So I have the question for you two. Where did Saint and Alister end the last chapter?
Saint goes home for Christmas, does not send a Christmas card. Wouldn't know where to send it, and also is not the kind of person to send Christmas cards, because I'm not the kind of person to send Christmas cards. So, but has a very nice holiday. Gets to see his family.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, real quick. Saint, where's home?
Oh, did I pick a... Remind me, did I pick a city? Or did I just pick a state?
You picked a state. You told me it was Texas. You never told me a city.
It was Texas, yes, but I'm like, I don't remember if I... We'll just say Austin, because I don't know a lot about Texas. Sorry, Texans. Yeah, so he goes home to Austin. He has a mom and 2 younger sisters that he is fairly close with, and they all spend Christmas together. He doesn't get to see them very often due to the nature of his work. So, like, if he can make it home for, like, holidays, birthdays, stuff like that, it is very important to him and his family that he does that, because they all live there, so.
Ezra?
Nice. Allister goes home to Boston. He has like an apartment or something. It's an apartment. I don't know anything about the geography of Boston, so I'm not gonna elaborate from there. And if my friend who lives there ever listens to this podcast, they can yell at me then.
Yeah, they don't have apartments in Boston. That's the weird thing that they just
don't
Boston
exist.
Specific. They don't do apartments there, so
there's
you've
no
already
such thing
fucked
as an
up,
apartment
Ezra.
in Boston.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but this is like alternate universe Boston.
They only have apartments.
God damn it, Matthew. But I think that he is expected to make an appearance at the McAndrews family Christmas thing at his grandparents' place in Connecticut.
Oh, very fancy.
Yeah. It's fancy, it's formal. But since he can't talk about his job, he's fundamentally much less impressive than his cousins, and doesn't particularly care. So he shows up on time with the appropriate bottle of wine and leaves at the earliest possible civilized moment. And yeah, it's the kind of thing about he lies about his cover job in IT, And for the like 7th year in a row, tells his mom that he's getting home so that he can go do Chinese food in a movie with a couple of his Jewish work buddies. They'll miss him if he uses this as an excuse not to have to stay over for Christmas morning.
Mm.
He's not going to miss the dim sum place.
Of course, no, I wouldn't expect that of him.
Yeah.
Because I, Ezra, know absolutely jack shit about Christmas traditions.
Yeah.
So
Well, hey.
my explicitly waspy fucking character is going to do Chinese food in a movie.
The McAndrews don't have to celebrate Christmas.
You spent...
Oh, they
it's
do.
True. Yeah, you spent...
I'm like, they definitely do. They are white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. It's just that that's about as far as you get from my, write what you know.
Exactly.
Ing.
Yeah. And I love that and respect that about you.
The New Year's has passed, and St. Garcia Flores, you were hired a couple of days ago by the Sequoia Amusement Park and Arcade Complex in Tucson. A family-run business for 4 generations, the current owner has some concerns about a ride in the center of the park that started moving on its own.
Hell yeah.
This is now the middle of January. I maybe presume that you've gotten a little bit of work between parting from Allister and now, but, that can certainly not be the case if this is you coming back from holiday vacation.
My winter break. No, I've probably done a couple of local jobs. It's a big city. Like, there's always a couple, and like, people know he's the local boy who does exorcisms. There's always somebody who's got ghosts around the holiday season, but he's always got to be like, no, you just need to see a marriage counselor. And also get your pipes looked at.
What if the real ghost was our inability to communicate with each other?
I just really love the image of Saint carrying around like business cards for marriage and family counseling and also plumbers, and it's like make sure you get a good union plumber. Yeah.
Well, Saint's obviously a member of the Ghostbusters Union.
I would never.
Oh my god,
we have a different union separate from the Ghostbusters.
We gotta unionize the mysterious government agency.
We have to unionize the Exorcist.
New character end goal: unionize the mysterious government agency.
Saint, you arrive at nighttime in the Tucson area and quickly pull up to the park. You are greeted by a gentleman who is expecting you. He is kind of wearing a collared polo shirt and a windbreaker. He looks kind of nervous to be there at night, but he's waiting for you by the front gate in between 2 different kind of ticket taker booths. And your headlights kind of shine on him and therefore off of his reflective material as you pull up.
Great, yeah. I kick the stand of the bike down. I get off and put my helmet away, all that kind of normal process, and I walk up with my gear.
Mr. Garcia Flores?
That's me. And I think I'll extend my hand for a shake.
Hi, I'm Warren Nichols. I'm the guy you spoke to on the phone about a couple days ago.
Yes, of course, Mr. Nichols. It's a pleasure to meet you. So, what seems to be the problem?
He kind of pushes back on the gate, which was not locked. Obviously, he didn't lock himself out of the park, and you can tell he's already been there earlier in the night. It all started about 6 months ago. We have this old-fashioned carousel that broke down a while ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. It's just getting up there in years, and there's nothing we could do to really keep it maintained. But as of recently, as the last couple of months, it's kind of started... Well, the ride's kind of been operating on its own.
By carousel, you I guess this is a Matty question. Carousel merry-go-round? That kind of...
Yes, a merry-go-round.
Yeah. Just wanted to... I was like, I think I know what that is, but I've always heard the term. It doesn't matter. Interesting. Okay. When the ride initially shut down... Well, I guess let me back up a second. And I assume you've checked the electrical... Yeah, you've ruled out mechanical error.
This is the final avenue that we're exploring.
Of course.
We've checked electrical issues, motor issues. Our final resort after this is that we have a seismologist coming in to check the foundation.
That's very funny that the exorcist comes before the seismologist, but I appreciate their confidence. Okay. When the carousel initially shut down a few years ago, was it just natural wear and tear? Did something happen, per se?
Nothing happened, not to my knowledge.
Nothing specific? Okay.
I was the owner at the time then, as I am now. It just got up there in years. This carousel was put in place some 80 years ago.
Sure. It's an older park. These things happen, I understand.
Yeah, he takes you down kind of like he strolls you down the sort of main street of this park. There's like a lot of kind of overhanging kind of strands of lights, like between various lamp posts, kind of creating a sort of a tunnel effect, kind of a grand entranceway to the park. You don't know if those are year round or those are just kind of like a seasonal thing, but there's like a clear kind of tunnel going forward. Because it's so dark, those lights are kind of a little bit overwhelming, but you can kind of, if you were to put your hand up, above your eyes, you can kind of see the rest of the park outside of this little tunnel. You can see that there are like a lot of like shops and restaurants, the lights of which are off, which would probably be totally visible if the park were operating right now. But it is the dead of the night, of course. There's some carnival games. There's one of those like kind of overhang rows of like pinball machines and arcade cabinets that's like outside but undercover. It's a very old-timey park. This place doesn't have like Disneyland intellectual property. It's like very much like for point of comparison, our local Oaks amusement park.
Yeah, that's the vibe I was getting. Yeah.
Just carnival rides and arcade games and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
And eventually he kind of stops in front of this gorgeous, elaborate carousel. It's got maybe some 20, 25 animals, a handful of like those kind of like sit down like chariots. It's got like this, very elaborate kind of wooden column in the center, which is covered in all sorts of painted golden like gargoyles and angels. And then of course it has the red and white awning that you would expect over a carousel of this age.
Sure.
However, all that you can make out of this centerpiece of the park is from the lights from the overhang lights. The lights of the carousel itself are not on.
Okay, cool. So before it turns on by itself, is there any does it seem like there's anything triggering it? Are there any other things that happen around the same time? Like, do lights just start coming on? Machines start going off? Is there anything like that? Or is it just the carousel starts working? Just that.
We don't really see the carousel itself moving. One or two of our security guards have noticed it coming to a stop at night. But mostly we just kind of show up the next day and it's pointed in a different direction than it was the previous night.
Okay, so there's no security footage?
No.
Okay.
But security guards have reported, Mikey specifically has reported that he's heard the kind of slowed down music from clear across the park. And we've had some electrical issues with some of the nearby pinball machines, like flickering and turning off, but that's all we can really see.
Okay. Cool, so another reported phenomenon. And you've had no history of anything like this happening before? This is entirely new?
No, nothing like that at this park.
Okay. Did anyone... You hired an exorcist. You should be expecting this question. Did anyone die here in this park?
We run a safe family environment.
I'm not looking to sue you, sir. I need to know if somebody died here because their spirit might be here.
No deaths on site.
Okay. Thank you.
We've had one or two accidents, but no one ever died.
Okay. And accidents where somebody died later because of what happened on site? Or accidents where someone was injured but lived?
Accidents where people are injured but lived, but
Okay.
No fatalities I could ever attribute to the park.
Okay. That is an important distinction, and I'm glad to hear it.
Doesn't matter.
Interesting. Okay. And is it just mostly the one security guard, Mikey, you said, who's heard a lot of this phenomenon? Is he around, perchance?
Mikey and Devin, and no, I gave them both a night off.
Okay, totally fair. Okay, well, let me take a look around, see what I can dig up. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
He kind of nods and backs up, kind of leans against one of the lampposts, but he's still in the area.
Sure. Yeah, I figured he wasn't going to let me do my own thing. So generally most of the stuff I set up for my exorcisms have been, I know there's a spirit here already and I know what's going on. In this case, this is a little bit more vague, which I'm sure I've run into a bunch of times, which makes me think that if you'll allow it, I might have some gear that will let me, like, I'm thinking specifically EMP, that will allow me to detect, like, energy fluctuations to try and narrow down a location. Mm-hmm. You could say no if that is not something that you had planned for.
No, I just think I think maybe an EMF meter might be better than an EMP.
Yeah, whatever. Ben, I don't know how to speak. I've been up since 2 a.m.
Saint's like, oh, you're having electrical problems? You won't after this.
Yeah, that's how I deal with ghosts.
Neither will the western half of Tucson.
Yeah, fuck this state. No, yeah, so EMF is what I meant. Thank you. Yeah, so does that seem reasonable that I would have that piece of equipment?
Absolutely.
Cool. I would like to flip that bitch on and start detecting some vibes.
Sure, go ahead and roll what you think would be appropriate, either technology or perception or whatnot. And by perception, I mean notice.
Yeah, I think notice and investigate both make sense, and for me, they're exactly the same. I have crafts, but I don't think that would necessarily apply here, because we have established that is specifically, like, motor craft, not any kind of technology. So
yeah, if you get a speedboat though at any point.
Oh god, I'm so ready to have something I can fucking drive.
Oh man, we should do a haunted lighthouse chapter.
Do we want to
speedboat
down the Mississippi chasing a cryptid? Also, I would go ape shit for a lighthouse episode.
Yeah, no, I'll whip up a lighthouse episode.
Okay, let's see. I've got a bad roll is what I've got here. I have 2 negatives, a neutral, and a positive. So with my +1, I think that lands me a 0. That just lands me a flat 0. Yeah, tough out here.
Okay, sure. You turn on your EMF reader, which kind of crackles to life and starts making the sounds that you would expect it to make. However, no matter where you stand around the carousel, it seems that it's kind of making the noise, the kind of low hum that you would expect from it whenever it's like pointed vaguely in the right direction. It's making that no matter where you stand around the carousel, all pointing toward the carousel.
Okay, well.
So, the whole thing, rather.
The whole bitch. Yeah, okay. Well, fuck this then. I will, hop on the merry-go-round then and just kind of take a lap around and see if anything looks odd, out of place, or feels odd or out of place.
Sure. Do you want to give me another roll with that?
Yeah, let's see if I can argue for something better here, maybe. No, I mean, this still sounds... Unless you'll let me use my exorcism empathy skill here. But I think I'm still just investigating.
Sure.
Am I talking myself out of a better roll? Yes, but it's for the
Remind
lore.
me what that skill is.
So, empathy is my highest skill, and that is what I use to do exorcisms.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I'm not yet doing an exorcism. I'm doing footwork. That's not the phrase. Legwork.
Groundwork.
Groundwork.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing footwork. You're footloose.
Yeah, I'm kicking off my Sunday shoes. So I think this is still an investigate, which this is better. This is not a lot better, but it's better. So I got a negative, 2 neutrals, and a positive, which gives me a +1.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you're looking around and you're kind of looking for anything out of the ordinary. Again, there's like a lot of these kind of intricately carved animals. You know how carousels work. You know,
I've seen a few in my day.
Yeah, it's mostly horses, but every once in a while there's like a giraffe or like a big swan or whatever.
A unicorn.
Exactly. Yeah, actually there was for sure a unicorn on this. And again, those like chariot kind of cup seats, like I mentioned as well.
Yeah.
And there's this huge, like kind of ornate, the center column of the carousel in the center, which has like a lot of wood detailing. Again, like lots of like kind of mythical creatures kind of carved into it. Cherubs and some gargoyles and like some satyrs and whatnot. And you notice that there are 4 large murals that are kind of like framed, almost like paintings in those kind of like vertical oval shapes that are like kind of in each of the 4 directions of the carousel. Only half of the animals kind of go up and down. The outer ring is stationary. The inner ring does the up and down ones. They have like, you look up and you see that there's motors attached to the ceiling that bring them up and then back down, up and then back down.
What do the murals depict?
There's 4 murals. One is a unicorn that is kind of in a clearing in the forest. You know, it's not quite a My Little Pony look to it. The mane is not
more
pink.
like The Last Unicorn.
More like The Last Unicorn. There's like a ring of mushrooms. It's kind of a fairy setting. The second one is a wizard kind of standing on top of a tower. He is like, you know, it's the full like, you know, blue robes and pointed hat, kind of pointing his hands up toward the sky, and like lightning is crashing down from the heavens.
A van wizard, I've seen him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know what an airbrushed van looks like. The third is St. George fighting the dragon.
Cool.
You know, it's a big green, you know, serpent beast that is like clashing against a knight in shining armor. You know, looks like it would be out of out of Sleeping Beauty. And the fourth mural is of 2 elderly individuals sitting on a park bench. And you look a little closer at it, and it seems to be this amusement park.
What? This mural, is this of anyone in particular? With the couple on the bench? I'm asking the guy, yeah.
Mr. Nichols kind of pushes himself off of the lamppost, walks over and steps up onto the platform with you. Yeah. My father had that installed. It's a tribute to some patrons of the park that I don't know if I'm blanking on their names. Some patrons of the park who they used to bring their grandkids here all the time. Thought it was a nice tribute to them.
Sure.
I think that got put in place about 15, 20 years ago. And looking at it, Saint, you can see that like the constant sunlight has done less of a beating to this mural than it has the other 3.
Okay.
That those others might have been there since the beginning, but this one's newer. The paint is a little fresher, even if fresh is a relative term.
Yeah, totally.
But the others are like definitely sun bleached.
Yeah, the others have been here for 80 years, and this one's been here for a quarter of that time. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is interesting, but it's told me absolutely fuck all about what I should be doing next, unfortunately. Because my ghost rolls are going real bad.
I'm sorry, could you pass another ghost roll?
I mean, a ghost roll is actually, insert weed joke here. I can't. Just laugh. Thank you.
Matty.
Yeah. My thought process here is if I cannot detect the specific spirit or what is happening it, I don't know a cause. My thought is I have to just kind of wait and see what happens unless I can figure out some way to trigger it. But so far, it doesn't seem like there is something like that. This one mural seems weirdly like it stands out, but like it doesn't fit with the timeline because it's been here long enough that like if something was going to happen, it should have happened 20 years ago. I mean, maybe not, but still. So that's my thought right now, and I'm trying to figure out what to do next.
Sure, entirely fair.
Can I tap on it? Just a little tippy tap, just to see what happens.
Yeah, no, it's made of the same solid kind of wood material as the rest of the center column.
And I'm not getting any particular other weird vibes from it.
Are you asking me to do a vibe
vibe check? Yeah, I would like to do a vibe check, please.
Go ahead.
Can I roll empathy for this, please?
Yes.
Thank you. I was rolling pretty good last time. Okay, well, I rolled 4 neutrals, but I have a +4, so it's a 4.
Okay, cool. Well, that could have been worse.
Yes, it could have. I was rolling good before. Now I'm rolling like shit when I'm by myself.
Clearly, we're a good partnership after all.
You put your hand up against the painting, up against that mural, and you can kind of feel like a sensation on your palm if you put your hand kind of palm first, fingers spread up against the mural. And it's not like the Kenway thing where it's like a passing or buzzing thing that fades away over time. What you can almost feel is a sort of pulsing of energy that feels almost like a rhythm.
Like a heartbeat?
Like a song.
Like a song. Okay. And like a particular song, or just kind of the flow of a piece of music?
The flow of a piece of music, although you're certainly, whether that's an old carnival tune or whatnot, the kind of music, the kind of maybe calliope kind of sound that you would expect from this ride.
Sure. Can I would like to turn to Mr. Nichols and I say, I think you should move off the carousel. I'm going to try something.
He steps down and steps back.
Okay. Can I sing along to the piece of music that I'm feeling?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Yay! Ding, 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 ding. I opened the right door. Maybe. I don't know. What if I die right here? That would be fucked up. I don't have a backup. Yeah, so I'd like to start to sing along with my hand on the mural, I think. I think I will leave that there so I can get a feel of the tune.
Sure. Yeah, you start singing with this particular melody of, is there an old song? I'm going to say Camptown Races by default, but unless you have a better suggestion.
No, that was kind of my thought too.
Sure. Then you start in with a doo-dah, doo-dah.
Doo-dah, doo-dah.
And kind of try to follow the melody with it. You rolled a +4 in empathy. I'm going to let you carry that over. It's been a bit since you've had to sing at a ghost, Saint. In this game, regardless of whether or not you did so last week in character.
Yeah.
Do you do anything special? You don't put on a little bow tie, right? You just start singing?
Yeah, I think part of what makes this so is because that wasn't a sentence. I think part of the thing that makes this so unique beyond the fact that he's just singing whatever, right, is that there is basically no ceremony to it at all. There's no books or there's no bellburger candle involved. It's just one guy singing a cappella by himself, and it works, which is nuts. So I think he has a specific, he knows he's doing it right because he gets a feeling, but it is he could not write a book about it.
And that feeling is also centrifugal motion, because the carousel kind of lurches forward at first, but it then slowly starts to spin as you begin to sing it.
Okay. I'd like to grab onto one of the little horse poles that keep the unicorns up or whatever, so I don't fall off.
Sure, yeah. You grasp on to. You say you want it to be a unicorn?
Called? I mean, that's always what I picture.
No, sure, that's fine.
But yeah, why not? What's stopping me, really?
Why not? Nothing's stopping you. It's up to your own imagination. We're playing tabletop.
Whoa.
Tabletop.
Tabletop.
Tabletop. Yeah, you hold on to that to steady yourself. It's spinning pretty slowly. Maybe like, maybe a revolution every 30 seconds or so.
Sure.
2
If I keep doing this, though, it might go faster, which is what I'm preparing for. If I do this right, it's gonna go fast.
A number of the lights above you flicker on and off. It's these kind of antique bulb lights.
Okay, that's the current state. Does the mural look any different?
No.
Okay. Their eyes glow red. They begin speaking in tongues.
Camptown races sing the song.
Okay. Great.
Hey, dude.
Has the song changed, or is it the same?
I ruined my voice for the remainder of the session. No, it's keeping a pace with the same song.
Okay. I will keep singing until there is some kind of... What I think I'm looking for is a manifestation of some kind. Because right now I've got the carousel spinning, which is great. I don't know, I just want to keep going. I'm on the right track.
Sure, yeah. Maybe you sing with a little more confidence. A little louder, rather. Mm-hmm. Not to suggest that Saint suffers from confidence issues at all. Although he does have
No, I think you'd have to
lying.
be pretty confident to do what he does, because I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, standing in the middle of a dark amusement park loudly singing Let It Be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it picks up pace, and you finally look back toward the mural, and you notice that the display is still there. The scene that it's showing is still there. But the couple is no longer sitting on that bench.
Okay, do I see them on any of, the horses, for example? Do I see them on the actual bench in real life?
As you're spinning around, you look kind of outside of the Ferris wheel. That's wild. As
I keep almost calling it a Ferris wheel, too, if it helps.
Yeah, suddenly you start going up.
Oh, fuck. I mean, really, a merry-go-round is just a Ferris wheel sideways, so,
Lack of imagination over at theme park development team. Anyway, as you're spinning around, you look outside of the carousel, and even though the kind of, the world beyond the carousel is a little blurry, and obviously you're distracted by the crackling lights that are hanging from the ceiling, you can for sure see what seems like these kind of faint, blurred images sitting on the bench. Two kind of semi-transparent silhouettes that, much like the lights of the carousel, are kind of crackling on and off as if they were just kind of illusions flickering in a bulb.
Okay. How fast am I going?
Maybe about 10 turns a minute.
So
that's once
not
every 6
fast
seconds.
enough.
Well,
not fast enough that if I jump off, I'm going to be injured.
No, not at all.
Okay, I'd like to jump off then, and make my way towards the apparitions.
Sure. Yeah, you can see two figures. They're not super crisp, but they're sitting on the bench, and they seem to be sitting focused forward at the carousel.
Okay. And when I approach, they don't seem to notice me.
I'm going to say that one of them looks up toward you.
Okay.
It's hard to tell exactly if you're making eye contact or not.
Okay. I would like to kneel in front of them and take their semi-corporeal hands, or be like hands near where their hands are, and be like, hey, you guys gotta go is rough. Hey, you guys gotta go. Park closed about an hour ago, so really gotta mosey out here. No, I think he kneels in front of them and he says, why are you here? What are you clinging to this place for? And he does not necessarily expect them to give him words back, right? Because that's not always how ghosts communicate. I will say. I'm not expecting you to be like, these ghosts talk now, or whatever, but...
I'm going to say that over the sounds of the carousel turning and the kind of general ambiance of the area, you can kind of hear very, very faintly, just from almost the center of the bench, not really from either of the two apparitions in front of you. You can just kind of hear very faintly, "We come here every Saturday."
Oh. Okay. Does it seem like Nichols is seeing what I'm seeing here? Is he like, oh fuck, ghosts? Or is he like, what are you doing?
He doesn't see what you're seeing.
Okay.
He definitely sees you talking to a bench.
happens to all of us sometimes. Okay.
But the way he's reacting, it doesn't look like he realizes there's something on the bench.
Sure. I would like to turn and look at him and be like, they're not going to hurt anyone. This is just where they come. Do you still want me to move them on?
Who's they?
The couple in the mural. They're the ones who are turning the carousel. They come here every Saturday.
Every Saturday?
Is it a Saturday by chance?
No, it's Wednesday, which is what's weird. No, it is Saturday. Yeah.
Have you noticed I don't know, maybe this is a shot in the dark, a pattern of like, this happens to happen on particular days?
Yeah, I guess the security guards report it about once a week. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so Saturdays. Yeah, this is... So, yes, good news. It's a spirit. It's a pair of spirits. And I think that they are just kind of stuck on the idea that, like, this is where they come. They're in a habit. They're in a schedule, like living people. But that carousel is not going very fast. It's after dark. They're not going to hurt anybody. If you want me to help them move along, sure, but they're not malicious. They're not going to cause any problems.
Nichols kind of like scratches his head and does the middle-aged dad thing of putting a hand under his belt. Huh. You can see them, though?
Yeah. I would not be great at my job if I couldn't. But I also understand that would make it hard for you to believe that I am actually seeing something, right? Because you can't see it for yourself.
He nods a lot.
Yeah. They are sitting on the bench, much like they are in the mural. You may have noticed that I walked up to it and started to sing, and it started to turn when I did that. That was the cause and effect of me calling to them. Once again, you could take me at my word, if you would like. You don't. That is up to you. Like I said, I don't think they're going to hurt anyone. I can just leave them be. They'll spin the carousel on Saturday nights. And then, just kind of keep going about their business. If it is of concern, I can help them move on, and that will stop.
Warren kind of scratches his head again and goes, well, I never met them myself, but my father spoke very highly of them, and he kind of pauses again. I can't really in good conscience kick out any guest of the park, so welcome to the Sequoia Amusement Park and Arcade. Hope you enjoy your time here. He turns back to the carousel and kind of scratches his head again. He goes, maybe we ought to look into getting that thing fixed.
Yeah, everybody likes a good carousel.
Yeah, seems so. He offers to write you a check when he gets back to the front gate, and your business at the Sequoia Amusement Park has come to an end.
Sick. I kind of thought he wasn't going to pay me because I didn't fix his problem. And I did have a moment where I was like, I should say it would be like, you don't have to pay me. Like, I didn't actually do anything for you. But, like, if he's going to pay me, I'm not going to argue.
No, trust me. I can call the seismologist tomorrow morning and cancel. This is great.
That is true. I imagine a seismologist is probably much more expensive than a freelance exorcist.
Thank you so much, Mr. Garcia
Of course.
Flores. Do you know how to... He kind of stumbles through his words. Do we have to do anything to make sure they're... This is a family place, and we don't want to accidentally anger any spirits that... He kind of stops, realizing how absurd the sentence he's forming is.
I mean, you've done pretty good so far, you know? You haven't done anything to upset them. It seems like they just, this is kind of what it is. You take good care of the park. You take good care of the place that they love. I think that you'll probably be okay. But if you have any problems, you have my number. I will help you out free of charge.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much again.
Of course.
He appears very gracious and then goes to kind of lock the gate with him on the inside. Doomed forever to wander the park.
And he disappears.
Whoa. We were all ghosts, Saint Garcia Flores.
And Saint turns away and suddenly he's wearing glasses to show that time has passed.
He morphs from Matt Damon to... It's like at the end of Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, I'm at the amusement park that makes you old.
He locks the gate with him on the inside and kind of waves to you through the fence before, kind of turning around, putting his hands on his hips, just confused about what to do.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to start feeding them like pigeons.
Yeah.
Allister, why do you call Saint?
So I think Allister, he is a man who operates under the principle that if someone does not wish to receive phone calls because it's in the middle of the night, they will turn their fucking phone on Do Not Disturb. So he just calls people. And if you don't have your phone silenced when you're sleeping, that's your problem.
Which is a fair judgment.
What?
My phone's on Do Not Disturb like all the time.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so, Saint's phone, at whatever point we decide is appropriate, I think Saint's phone rings.
Sure. We'll just say, for interest of the scene, that I am on my motorcycle about to drive off from the amusement park, and I get a call. and the number says, like... I'm trying to think what his contact name is. It's absolutely just the detective guy emoji.
Oh
and then, like, a thumbs down emoji.
Oh my god.
I mean, Jules is just an alien with a gun. It's just the gun emoji and the alien emoji.
I respect that.
So Saint picks up.
Hi. Was not expecting to get a call from you. Ever. That sounded kind of harsh. That's not what I meant. I'm just kind of surprised. Also, it's like 10 p.m.
Oh,
I mean, I was working, so it's not a big deal, but I'm just,
Am I interrupting anything?
No, just finished up. Was about to start driving, so you actually caught me in a perfect little Venn diagram of time. Between time I'm working and time I'm driving.
What do you know about the Roswell Mutual Informational Exchange?
That's a big question. I know a couple people who go every year.
Have you ever been?
But nobody I'm close with. No. I've been invited before, but I've usually just said no.
There.
Are you inviting me to go? Is this gonna be invite number 4 of Saint come to the alien cult thing?
It's a little bit more involved than that, but short answer,
okay.
Yes. Saint, come with me to the alien cult thing.
They give you government agents a +1 to those kinds of events. I kind of figured they wouldn't let you go. Like, they would check your ID at the door and be like, I'm sorry, you're a Fed, you can't come in, sir.
First of all, you've seen my fake ID printer.
This is true.
Second of all...
I've used your fake ID printer.
Alright. the department, as you can imagine, takes an interest in the Symposium of the Strange, I think is what most people call it.
Uh-huh.
Point is, it occurred to me that it might be an opportunity to dig for information about Jules. And I thought you might be interested.
Well, if she was going to show up anywhere, that does seem like a place she would show up. Except for SquatchCon, and that isn't until August, so...
Well, we'll just have to do this circuit, won't we?
Okay. When? Where? Is it gonna be a problem with your government buddies if I show up and start tagging along?
There will be portions of the event that we won't be able to attend together, but it's a big venue, and as you can imagine, it's full of colorful characters. If we need to engage in any low-profile exchange of information, it'll be easy enough to find a cover.
Fair enough. So, then just my original questions.
And that's a...
I believe we said January 18th in the last chapter. And Roswell, New Mexico.
That's where the aliens live.
January 18th, and as for the location, 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay. I think I can make that happen. I will contact you once I enter the landing zone. That was kind of a stretch. Anyway, I'll contact you when I get closer.
Drive safe, Saint.
You too.
Click.
And I think we see the... I'm trying to decide what the sort of cinematic is for Allister, like, kind of taking a moment to second guess the decision that he's just made. And I think it is him, like, outside, kind of on like the, you know, not like a back porch, but let's say, like, sitting out on one of the, like, stacked up deck chairs next to an empty pool for the winter behind a Best Western somewhere in, like, because I think he's already left home. Like, he's on his way.
Sure. Makes sense.
Maybe he has quite a bit of driving to do. I think maybe in, like, western Pennsylvania or something like that. As, like, it starts to snow a little bit. And Allister kind of just, like, perches on this stacked up deck chairs and kind of stares out into the, you know, extra urban night with a kind of a pensive expression.
No stars.
Saint, do you want to have a similar scene?
Oh. Sure, yeah. So Saint is on a motorcycle. Helmet kind of tucked under one arm, phone on the other, and he kind of looks at the phone and does a little, like, when you kind of wiggle it between your fingers. With a lighter phone, anyway, you could do that, and just kind of looking down at it, thinking. And then kind of shrugs to himself and puts his phone in his pocket, zips up his jacket, and puts his helmet on.
And I can think of no better place to end part 1 of chapter 4. The Church of the Open Mind. What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players are Ezra Kaye as Agent Alister McAndrews, and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show. Our theme song is by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. We are currently in the process of remastering and transcribing earlier episodes of the show, and for that I would like to thank Glory Duda, Marcel Hood, and Julie Cooper, as they write down our every word and weave an intricate web of audio for you. You can stay tuned to our social media channels for more information on these developments. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can follow us on social media at InfinityBreak23 and check out our website for all of our other podcasts at InfinityBreak.net. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you want to help spread the word, there are a good many ways to do that. Word of mouth helps us immensely, and you can add us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter. And while you're at it, why not tag InfinityBreak23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. And if you listen to Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. That's all for now. Let ParaScience expand your way of thinking and offer you 10 easy steps to becoming a telepath at home. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.